At first glance, they look almost too simple. Narrow aisles, cardboard boxes instead of shelves, no flashy promotions, no loyalty cards screaming for attention. And yet, every single day, millions of shoppers across the United Kingdom walk out of these stores having spent less than they expected, while the companies behind them quietly make billions. Now, you might be thinking this is just another story about cheap groceries, but that would miss the real picture. Because what if I told you that Aldi and Lidl are not just selling food cheaper, they are executing one of the most disciplined, ruthless, and mathematically precise retail strategies ever created. And that strategy is now reshaping the entire grocery industry in the United Kingdom. For decades, British supermarkets believed they had cracked the formula. Big stores, endless choice, weekly deals, buy one, get one free, loyalty points, premium ranges, budget ranges, everything for everyone. Then Aldi and Lidl arrived and asked a dangerous question. What if all of that was unnecessary? But here is where it gets interesting. Their success is not built on low prices alone. It is built on control. Control over products, control over suppliers, control over customer expectations, and most importantly, control over costs. At a level traditional supermarkets simply cannot match. This is the secret tactic that makes Aldi and Lidl millions every single day. And this is how they are quietly taking over the United Kingdom. Aldi and Lidl both come from post-war Germany, a country obsessed with efficiency and precision and value. Their founders were not trying to create pleasant shopping experiences. They were trying to create the most efficient food distribution machines possible. The original idea was radical. Cut everything that does not directly help sell food cheaply. That meant smaller stores and fewer staff. No in-store bakeries at first. No butchers behind glass counters. No background music. No brand choice overload. Instead of stocking 40 types of ketchup, they stocked one. Instead of offering 10 brands of milk, they offered their own. This allowed them to open stores faster, negotiate harder with suppliers, and run operations with almost military discipline. When they entered the United Kingdom in the 1990s, they were laughed at. British shoppers were loyal to giants like Tesco, Sainsbury's, and Asda. The German discounters were seen as cheap, foreign, and low quality. But Aldi and Lidl were patient. They did not try to win everyone. They focused on one thing, becoming unbeatable at price without being unacceptable at quality. Slowly, quietly, they started to grow. The real breakthrough came after the financial crisis of 2008. Suddenly, millions of households were forced to rethink their spending. The stigma around discount shopping collapsed almost overnight, and Aldi and Lidl were ready. They had spent years perfecting a system built around private label products. Over 90% of what they sell is owned by them. Not produced by them, but controlled by them. This is the heart of the secret tactic. Private labels allow Aldi and Lidl to remove an entire layer of cost. There is no expensive brand marketing, no national advertising campaigns, no brand negotiations. They design the product, set the specifications, and choose the supplier who can meet it at the lowest cost. The result is brutal efficiency. Aldi might sell a chocolate bar that tastes nearly identical to a famous brand, but it costs significantly less to produce and sells at a lower price while maintaining healthy margins. This is why their shelves look simple. Simplicity is not a limitation, it is a weapon. By the mid-2010s, Aldi and Lidl were winning awards for quality. Their wines beat premium bottles in blind tastings. Their cheeses outperformed luxury brands. Their ready meals shocked food critics. And suddenly, the narrative flipped. Shopping at Aldi or Lidl was no longer something you hid, it became something you bragged about. Please subscribe to our channel. We want to hit 1,000 subscribers before New Year. Let's go on with the video. But success always attracts attention. As Aldi and Lidl surged, traditional supermarkets panicked. They launched price match campaigns. They introduced their own discount ranges. They redesigned stores to look cheaper and friendlier. Yet none of it worked the way they hoped. Why? Because Aldi and Lidl are not just cheaper. They are structurally different. A traditional supermarket might carry 30,000 products. Aldi carries roughly 2,000. That means fewer suppliers, fewer logistics routes, less waste, and faster decision-making. It also means faster checkouts. Aldi cashiers are famously timed. Speed is rewarded, slowness is corrected. Every second saved per customer adds up to millions over a year. Even the shopping cart system is strategic. Customers pay a coin to unlock a trolley. This reduces theft and eliminates the need for staff to collect carts. A tiny design choice that saves millions annually. Traditional supermarkets tried to copy the surface. They could not copy the system. And here is the twist. The very thing that made Aldi and Lidl seem limited became their biggest strength. For the big British supermarkets, this was not just competition. It was an existential threat. Profit margins shrank, store closures increased, thousands of jobs disappeared. Once dominant chains were forced into constant discount wars, they could not sustainably win. Meanwhile, Aldi and Lidl kept expanding. They invested in better store designs, wider aisles, fresh bakeries, modern lighting. They improved the experience without sacrificing efficiency. And they did something even smarter. They trained customers to accept limits. Limited choice became normal. Weekly special buys became events. Scarcity created urgency. If you see it today, buy it now because it might be gone tomorrow. This tactic drives foot traffic like clockwork. Now pause here for a moment, because this is the exact midpoint where the story flips. Please like and subscribe to this video. What looks like generosity is actually control. Aldi and Lidl decide what you buy by deciding what exists in the store. That is power. Today, Aldi and Lidl hold a massive and growing share of the United Kingdom grocery market. In some regions, they outperform chains that once seemed untouchable. Their presence has permanently changed consumer behavior. Shoppers now question price. They compare quality. They expect efficiency. Even premium supermarkets have been forced to justify their prices in ways they never had to before. But Aldi and Lidl are not done. They continue to invest in logistics automation, in supplier consolidation, in data-driven inventory decisions. Every improvement compounds. And because their business model is so lean, they can survive price wars that would destroy competitors. This is why they keep winning. So what is the secret tactic that makes Aldi and Lidl millions? It is not just low prices. It is radical simplicity combined with total control. By limiting choice, owning private labels, and designing every operational detail around efficiency, they created a system that is almost impossible to replicate without rebuilding from scratch. Traditional supermarkets are trapped by their own complexity. Too many products, too many suppliers, too many expectations. Aldi and Lidl never had that problem. They trained customers to adapt to them, not the other way around. And that is why they are not just competing in the United Kingdom. They are redefining it. The lesson here goes far beyond groceries. In business, the biggest advantage is not offering more. It is knowing exactly what to remove. And Aldi and Lidl removed everything that did not make them stronger. That is how they make millions. And that is how they quietly took over the United Kingdom grocery market.